Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. This is a continuation of our deep dive. We have a couple more videos to go for Gazlowe, and this one has already been requested a ton in the comments of our other Gazlowe videos. Today we are playing the ROBO Goblin melee Gazlowe build. It has been a very long time since I've touched this ability, but I ended up having a lot of fun in today's game. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to check out the rest of our deep dives, there's a playlist down in the video description. And let's get into the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Dragonshire map today. The friendly team Gazlowe, Junkrat, Greymane, Stitches, and Alex Straza. The enemy team is a bunch of fucking crazy assholes. Look at them go. We have Samuro with Abathur with Zagara. I don't know if this will be a great match for the build that we're trying to do today, but let's see if we can make it work. Melee Gazlowe is not something that's in my wheelhouse anymore these days, although I used to be a very big fan of it back in the day. It's kind of weird how much Gazlowe has changed throughout his time here in the Nexus. We're taking one-man wrecking crew at level 1. I'll tell you what it does in just a moment. I do think I am a little different with my melee setup, but we'll see. Casting basic abilities causes our next auto attack within a few seconds to deal bonus damage, and you can store 2 charges of this too. So if you do something like bomb into a laser, wouldn't you know, you have 2 auto attacks ready to go, so you can beat something up really quickly just like that. Now, Zagara's going to out-trade me pretty well in the early game, unless I have some miracle that allows me to catch up to her and get some swings in. But I don't think that's going to be happening. So we will just try to poke with the laser and see how we do. Her summons can be stunned, and we can focus them down with the turret, so at least they won't get a crazy amount of value against us. Like, we should do pretty okay. It'll be okay. So I did not use my trait enough in our earlier videos for Gazlowe. It's something I want to address. Maybe I'll use it some more today, although scrap isn't going to be a huge focus of our setup, and keeping turrets on the ground might be a little bit more advantageous for us in this particular setup. Zagara is missing. I'm just trying to cleave the lane as fast as I can while I have a little moment to do so. The friendly team is in charge of that bottom objective right now, and I do think that I can at least start this. Now, this is where I think I'm going a little off the beaten path with melee Gazlowe. I'm already going for shields with my turrets, because I feel like these shields will be coming up all of the time and allow me to mitigate quite a lot of damage, where the easy peasy Dimensional Ripper is on a 30-second cooldown, and while it does give you a bunch of armor, that's not kind of the consistent sustain that I'm really looking for. I don't think that's going to quite do it for me. Zagara moving in on the objective. We're just going to follow her and drop turrets as we go, getting that bonus damage. The Abathur top hat did not allow her to get the objective, and it looks like the friendly team's pushing down mid lane. Stitches inside of the dragon. Enemy teams Lucio, Abathur, Samuro, Varian, and Zagara. If you didn't get that list from earlier, I know I never said it. So my goal in the early game is to simply put my turrets down and punch some stuff. As we continue to progress in levels, our punch is actually going to gain some interesting mechanics. It's going to have a damage over time component with it, and we did some testing prior to this match and found out that it has adaptive spell power scaling. So if you wanted to do some weird stuff with like an Aerial Crown or a nano boost, it would actually make your auto attack damage better as well. Now, I feel like I have plenty of freedom to just go ahead and back here. The dragon's still doing great work and managed to take down that middle tier 1 defensive structure, and now it's kind of tickling that bottom area. Friendly team level 7 to the enemy team 6, and we're going to pick up Goblin Fusion again. Once again, this is for the scrap generation more so than anything else. Go ahead and make my turret focus Zagara here, but as soon as she gets onto that creep, she's just going to be cruising out, and I really can't stop her, to be honest with you. If she wants to move away, she's just going to move away. As we continue to put turrets down, we are going to be generating a pretty sizable shield. So these summons that we were kind of worried about earlier, we are much less worried about now. We'll go ahead and just drop a shield as well as a stun to catch that Varian with the top hat. Wouldn't you know, it's a twin blade Abathur Varian going into an auto attack Gazlowe. I wonder how often this has happened. I'm going to keep trying to focus the creep tumors when I can find them. I'm starting to see some defined shapes here. Did Zagara call for reinforcements and then leave? Wait, did I win the mental game? Because I thought I was going to be on the back foot this entire time. Let's go ahead and just drop a stun on this guy. He decided not to react to it in any capacity. We have a lot of minions helping us here as well, so I'm going to... That's dirty. How dare you? Bro, I was committed to that trade even with the Abathur top hat. I was like, I don't know, I think I can win this. The Samuro coming in from out of nowhere, unfortunately, stopped our plans. Friendly team level 9 coming up on that level 10 heroic advantage pretty quick, and that's when we're going to pick up the Robo Goblin. Now, it says that this has a cooldown, but really the only active component of this is getting you out of crowd control. Funny enough, the enemy team has basically none of it. So I suppose if Varian charges me, I can remove the slow. But the passive part of this is the attack damage increases that I'm going to be a very big fan of. Samuro dipping out of the top of the screen as the objective becomes active. So our attacks are going to deal bonus damage and also stack up a pretty... I don't think that was all me, just for the record. That looked really good. Like, that looked like I came in with confidence and de-escalated that situation. I don't actually think that was me at all, just for the record. But every time we auto-attack someone, you're going to see a little gear appear underneath their health bar. I'm talking about heroes in this situation. When that gear appears, we're going to be able to stack up this dot, and it does a pretty sizable amount of damage once you get it stacked. You can see we have 3 stacks right now. That's why we're getting this critical damage, even when the actual visual for our cogwheels isn't there. Samuro re-emerging from the shadows. We're just going to kite back slowly and continue to drop off our turrets for that bonus HP. Now that we can fire off a laser, we get quite a lot of that HP back, and we can continue to just trade. Looks like Zagara has returned to her lane. The enemy team is pushing forward with a mercenary camp as well. Samuro already swapped out, so we're in no danger here. And I'm just going to try to pick up this scrap and then get everything replanted. Friendly team is kind of rotating up to me. I assume this is the real one because it has an Abathur top hat. And look how fast we just ate through those defenses. It was like it was nothing. The real Samuro has left the building, and it looks like Lucio's following suit. But our sustain there was great. We just kind of withered the storm, kept punching, kept dropping our turrets to generate shields. And it is actually quite a lot of active mitigation. Again, that's the main reason why I didn't want this easy peasy dimensional ripper. I just feel like the uptime there is not going to justify it. Well, he's swapped out to the clone by me, but I don't think there's too much I can really do about it. We can sneak in a couple more auto attacks here. But just like before, if someone decides that they are ready to leave, there's not too much I can do about it. They're just going to walk away, and I'll take my damage, and that's fine. He just swapped again. This Samuro thinks he can outsmart me. I'm the goddamn illusion master, okay? I can read him like a book. I know exactly where he is. I like how this entire fucking game has just been me standing up here in the top lane talking. I mean, if this isn't a true, like, accurate representation of what it's like to play offlane Gazlowe, I don't know what is. So I kind of wanted the more attack speed here, but with a little bit more digging with chat's help, I actually think overcharged capacitors would fit my playstyle a little bit more. Every time we auto attack, it's going to increase the duration of our turrets. So there used to be a playstyle for Gazlowe that we called Scrap City, where you just continued to make turret after turret after turret after turret, and it was pretty fun. This kind of mimics that. We're able to keep the duration up pretty well. If we had an enemy here that we could actually fight, we would be generating more scrap with each of these lasers, which then means, hey, we can put down even more turrets and keep them going. Now, unfortunately, this building is focusing mine. That's pretty rude. But we took down this entire building in the blink of an eye just because the enemy team decided to stop paying attention up here. And I don't think we stop now, actually. I think we're just going to kind of keep going. I'll leave my turrets outside of tower range if I can. That way we don't run into that issue where the building's just focusing my shit. But if I can get a decent build up behind me, we should be set. And with 2 members of the enemy team just dying, this puts me at a really good position to potentially continue to move in here. Now, Samuro has appeared, so I'm going to try to get a little bit of damage in there. Ping for some assistance, and hopefully the friendly team can move up to me as well. Until Varian respawns, they're going to have a hard time really cementing their grasp on me here. Variant is up now, but the friendly team already rotated back in, so I'm gonna keep punching. My life is not complicated. I want more turrets, so I punch more. And so far, this seems like it's working, although the enemy team is now completely fucking missing. Let me go ahead and back up. Not a bad hold. And these turrets back here that we planted before are still alive as a direct result of us moving up and auto-attacking. At level 16, basic attacks grant Gazlowe movement speed increases. Dealing basic damage to heroes causes them to take additional % damage with each swing as well. The enemy team trying to steal our camp at the moment. Does he know that he's... Okay, I think that was a bait to then boost Samuro out of here, but I don't think he expected all of this. The bro shield going out as well as loose... What the fuck was that, chat? Do you think he was just accepting his fate? I'm confused by what I just saw. Variant jumping in. Let's see what our auto attack damage is like against him. Now remember, he dodged those first 2 attacks, but look at that. That was pretty good. Like, he parried the outgoing damage at the start. That was pretty good. Real Samuro just disappeared. We're going to continue the siege here. We have a 4-level lead versus the enemy team. Zagara has reemerged from the base. I wish I actually had a reason to activate my ult at some point. Maw is out. That's going to take our front line out of the equation here. The enemy team looks like they're trying to chase down a kill on our Junkrat, but that's not going super well for them. I could go for the core right here, but I actually think I'm just going to dip off in this lane and try to kill it as fast as possible. Get those minions dead, and then our mercenary camp can push up towards the wall and get a lot of value. That should crumble pretty quickly. Enemy team is moving in behind us. Varian not going to be able to get much value here. I'm moving back in. Bro, they just gave up. How fucking lame. How fucking lame. You can't even soak XP? Come on. Well, that's auto attack Gazlowe for you. You put your turrets down. You get the additional spell power bonuses. You attack the enemy to deal additional spell power damage with your dot. Each attack keeps your turrets up longer. You're generating scrap by firing off lasers to improve your defense even more. Very interesting build. Oh, we managed to do 120,000 siege damage up there in the top lane. I'm kind of upset the Greymane was so close to my damage. We went for one-man Wrecking Crew into Rocket Socket, Goblin Fusion into Robo Goblin, Overcharged Capacitors into Overclock, and then at level 20, we would have gone for the Mecha Lord talent, which is going to give us a pretty significant increase to our defenses along the way. Hey, I'm sorry they gave up. That's not my fault. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.